You asked how to improve shoulder positioning for different anatomies and treatment areas, and we're answering. Here's how to find the balance between comfort and precision. So now we're going to show a shoulder mask setup with our specific mask that's made for the shoulder. So Scott's going to bring it over. As you can see, it's a lot of material, can be a little intimidating, but it's not too bad to make. So the key to this is get really high up in the shoulder here to snap that one.
I'm just going to hold the mask if you want to put those in, since I can't see.
So remember, you do not have to rush when you're coming out of the oven. Look how much time we have. 3 minutes, 2.5 minutes. So if you have an oven, take your time a little bit because you have the time to find it. So then we're going to bring these down here.
Not bad.
See, it's not too bad. It's a little intimidating because it is a lot of material. It's a lot of profiles, but this mask does a lot of good work if you just take your time, map out your holes like we've been saying. Got a nice mold care here. This thing fits like a glove.
And like we mentioned before with upper extremities, the anatomy of the patient is really going to determine what you're able to achieve.
Right.
Because I would say when difficulties happen with this mask, it really is right here to have you make sure you have enough space for both of these profiles.
Side by side like that.
Exactly.
Yeah. So I would recommend aiming this profile on the very, very edge so you have all the other room to work with there.
But we have this top profile really tucked in under her shoulder and kind of under her collarbone here. And that's really the perfect place for that profile to be.
Yeah, don't be shy with that one. Put it right up underneath the shoulder, kind of like almost underneath it here.
And then we do have one specifically for the left shoulder as well. Exact same design. Man,
that looks good as hell.
Dude, those shoulder masks are good. I like it.
So now we're going to do a shoulder setup, but we're going to make it with a foot mask. And the reason why we're putting this mold care under here is for comfort, but also to get the shoulder and the arm kind of in the same plane here. But it's kind of hard to know where the profiles are going to go. So really, really important here for you to map out the holes before you begin. You can see like her shoulder and arm are more in a more neutral plane instead of kind of going down here.
And we do have the opposite arm on the abdomen tucked in, belt loop, waistband, something like that, because obviously we don't want it just hanging off the edge of the table.
Kind of see
use the dummy clips. And again, we're taking these dummy clips off masks we already made, right? So once you use a mask, cut all the profiles off.
And these are reusable.
Exactly.
Yeah, reusable for keeping mold cares in where they're supposed to be and also planning out what you're trying to achieve here. Perfect. Nice and warm here. There we go.
You got that?
Mm-hmm.
Perfect.
So now just need to mold it. Get it?
Yep.
Now we're molding it on our arm
hand,
here.
you get a shoulder.
Yep. Yeah, pretty easy to set up, and this foot mask can really stretch down and cover a lot of the arm. So I know we said in previous videos that immobilizing 2 joints is key here, and we kind of are doing that with one mask here.
Exactly. And if you really want to, you could offset these profiles. I could stretch this out even more and get more arm coverage. But important to keep in mind, obviously, the more you stretch the mask, the less rigid it gets. So be mindful of kind of how extended you are going to get with this. And if you want to, there's nothing against adding something here, giving her something to hold on to. It's important how much can you offset the base plate and still have clearance in the board. And not a bad idea to run the board through without the patient on and make sure there's clearance before we get all the way to this point. Yeah, it looks really good.